Manchester United started the season with a defeat against Brighton at Old Trafford, and the worst for the campaign was feared. Erik ten Hag wanted to begin his tenure with a home victory, but with the benefit of hindsight, the team he selected on that warm summer day of August 7 was always likely to struggle against the most talented Brighton side there's ever been. Harry Maguire started at centre-back, Scott McTominay, Fred and Bruno Fernandes started in midfield, and Christian Eriksen surprisingly played as a false nine, with Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford on the wings. The decision to play Eriksen as a false nine was the biggest pre-match talking point, especially with Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench, and in the post-mortem of the defeat, Ten Hag explained the ploy was used to make the attack dynamic. Eriksen in that role didn't work, and it was the last time he played there. It was also the last time McTominay and Fred started together in the season, with the McFred partnership once loved by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now confined to the past. The most settled starting team this term hasn't included Maguire, Fred and McTominay, and it seems two of those players could leave this summer, with the latter most likely to be kept from that midfield pair due to his age. Fred is 30 years old, and the club are aware of the rising average age of the squad. There is interest in the Brazilian from Fulham, and it seems logical for him to depart to make room for the signing of a younger midfielder. The starting team for the opening day of the new season will obviously be different from the 2022-23 opening lineup, and it's hoped a world-class striker will be secured by then, which would be quite an improvement on Eriksen playing as a false nine. Adding a prolific goalscorer is the priority in the transfer window, and it will be interesting to see how long the interest in Harry Kane will remain, as Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy is hellbent on not selling him to a league rival. Although Kane would be the perfect signing, another transfer saga after a summer of chasing Frenkie de Jong will not be entertained by United, and other options, like Victor Osimhen and Rasmus Højlund, are actively being considered. The noise around the fee Atalanta are demanding has been absurd, and anything more than £40 million for him would be grossly overpaying. The 20-year-old, who contributed 10 goals and 4 assists for Atalanta this term, would be a shrewd backup addition, but he doesn't appear ready to regularly start for a club of the size of Manchester United in the most competitive league. That statement doesn't apply to Osimhen, who feels like a certainty to leave Napoli this summer after the club replaced Serie A winning manager Luciano Spalletti with Rudi Garcia, which was like getting rid of a Ferrari for a Fiat Punto. Osimhen is one of the most sought-after strikers in Europe, and he feels more attainable than Kane. He would still command a fee in excess of £100 million, but at 24 years old, he's an investment and could lead the attack for years to come. It would be genuinely exciting to see him start the first game of the new season against Wolves, and perhaps Mason Mount will be seen behind him in midfield. Mount is another realistic target, and personal terms with the player have been agreed. Another significant change for the opening game is likely to be who starts in between the sticks. David de Gea's 12-year stay in Manchester is now looking increasingly likely to be ending, and he will need to be replaced. It's understood the club are in the market for a number one stopper, but the most pragmatic option would be giving Dean Henderson a season to prove himself, as it would allow the budget to be focused on other positions. For example, the prospect of signing both Osimhen and Højlund and Henderson becoming the first-choice goalkeeper seems more appealing than signing a new stopper in the region of £50 million and sacrificing signing a backup forward. The team is desperate for a few new goal scorers, and that's why the majority of the budget should be spent. Henderson, Dalot, Varane, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Mount, Fernandes, Antony, Osimhen, Rashford. Heaton, Wan-Bissaka, Malaysia, Lindelof, Mainu, McTominay, Garnacho, Sancho, Højlund.